Hey Scorpio, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for November 13th, 2025. This is for Scorpio. Last shuffle is coming out for Scorpio. Let's see what's going on here. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. We have back and forth. We also have taking steps. It feels like right now, before you do anything, you need to be very clear about what your objective is fully. Okay? And make sure that whatever your objective is, it is true to you. It is authentic to you. You want to say, I have the freedom and the power to create the life I desire. And when you say that, it is almost like the second nature, where you say it like you mean it though. Say it for real. Like, look at yourself and say it. And say it, I mean, really give it all the energy you can muster, because it'll give you the strength. It'll give you the, it'll open the door for you to say, well, you know what? This is what'll make me feel good. This is what will make me happy. This is what I really want right now. Forget what I was in, forget what I could be doing. This is where I want to be right now. So here is my declaration to the world today. Okay? I feel that for many of you, you have to give people space so you can really get an idea of what works for you. And I also feel like for many of you, it's important to get clear about your expectations, especially in love. I feel that for many of you, your person is opposite of anything you ever dealt with, maybe even opposite of you, right? Whatever it is that you usually go for. I'm always looking for this and that kind of a person or that kind of person. Your person is different from what you look for. You got to get clear about your expectations. Like, what do you expect out of love? What is it that you really want? Have that already in the forefront. Then give yourself a chance, especially if you're in a relationship. Give yourself a chance. It's not to say give them space and don't go over there and don't talk to them, stay out of the room, go out of the house, let them be. It's like, don't, it's almost to say, don't initiate too much contact, right? If you have to come into contact with them, that's different, right? But don't initiate it right now. Really get a clear idea of what you want, how you want to be treated, right? How you want to be nurtured, that kind of thing. And then boom, right? Don't be afraid to say what it is that you need. Don't be afraid to act on whatever it is that you want, you need to act on. Some of you need space from people, because I'm seeing angel number 0303 in this, and some of you need space just to take advantage of an opportunity, because it seems like some kind of opportunity comes up and you need to seize it immediately, and you need space to do that. Don't start making plans with people right away right now. Like today would be a day where you're like, it's up in the air today. I'm not going to be able to do this, I'm not going to be able to do that. Just be open, have a free space available, free time available. Don't let your day be engrossed by anyone. You know what I mean? Because I feel that you'll find success by welcoming creative impulses, having faith in your own abilities, where you're not being like, every step is measured by someone else. Trust in chance. Take risks on opportunities, because they will change your life for the better. I see change, because especially right now with the Akashic field being open to you, you'll want to have a declaration. This is what I want. The field's open, therefore this is what I want from this field. Right? So back and forth, you have Eight of Cups, Strength, Wheel of Fortune, and the Emperor. And they're saying you're back and forth because it feels like you don't want to be too busy today, because you're going to be busy enough when an opportunity comes up. Taking steps is the Star and 10 of Cups. And so this is an intention here of being hopeful, having faith that the things that make you happy are the right things for you. It's up to you to make that decision for yourself, right? This is not something where you're going up to other people like, hey, do you think this would be good for me? I like this, and I love horseback riding and long walks at the beach. I love that. Is this right for me? Should I live here? No. It's up to you. What is good for you? What do you want? What, in this moment here right now, we're not talking about where you will retire, right? Where would that be for you right this minute? Some of you are almost too responsible or uber responsible, because they're giving me someone who's like, well, I wouldn't move to Florida because, um, you know, I should move here first. And then in my older years, barring the market changes, I'll move back down. Like if someone's doing all that and you're like, no, right the heck now, today, what? New supportive connections, the Emperor and Eight of Pentacles. Um, this looks like a person in your space that I feel like they are. It feels like someone is trying to build you. They're trying. It almost feels like they're trying to support you, but they're overbearing. And that's part of the reason why the angels are telling you it's up to you what's good for you, what you want. You have the freedom and power to do whatever you want. You don't have to do, just because someone's supporting you doesn't mean you have to take everything they say in and do what they say. This gives me the vibe. I had a relative. Well, they weren't relatives. They basically, air quotes, adopted me, right? When I was Mormon, they were like, "Oh, I want to be your mom and dad." They're older, much older. And because and it was like unwarranted. I didn't ask. I didn't go, "Hey, will you be my mom and dad?" They were just like, "We just want to be, we just, love your energy, whatever." And because of that, because of whatever they did for me, or they did some things, they're very generous and kind. I'll give them that. Very, very wonderful people. But because they helped me, they had control over my life. That's kind of how it felt. Like, it felt that way. I And so it feels this way too. Like, I'm an authority. I know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Do it this way. They're trying to build you, but in their image. This is what this looks like. And you may be back and forth with focusing on what they're saying, or do it your way. And you've got to do it your way. Your way is the only way for you. It's the only way for you. Everyone's path is their path. And just because someone has navigated their path successfully doesn't mean they can navigate yours successfully. You don't have the same, you know, um, you don't have the same dips in the road that they did. You may not even have the same equipment. They can't tell you. I feel that strongly. No offense to anyone. But the World and Eight of Wands. It's not that, and I don't see it being like I just want to lord over Scorpio, but I'm seeing that they're, well, actually, let me take that back. I'm seeing someone who's combative somewhat towards you too, challenging you. This is overbearing and challenging. There may even be somewhat of a, for some of you, it may be a call to like, you need me. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be where you are today, type of thing. It would be very important to give these types of people space. Trust that everything's going to work out. Have faith it'll work out. Professional assistance tells me I know what I'm talking about. I can get you to the next level, and may be very combative or challenging everything that you think or say or do, and make you cause you to be back and forth on your own understanding of where your life needs to go. They may be narrow-minded here, grim when it comes to maybe what you want to do, and you may even find them materialistic a little after the things I've provided or whatever I've done. Yeah, so I see that the people that are meant to be in your space are just different from the types that you usually are attracted to. And that could be in any form or capacity. Like if you're like, I only always date doctors, or I only, always make friends with people in a certain tax bracket, you might need to diversify, spread out. Get out of that space. There's something that's incompatible in certain, like, oh, I only date artists or musicians. There's something about the lifestyle or the culture of something within people. It doesn't have to be occupation. It could be culture. It could be um, a style of, like, maybe people who wear this style, you know, like if you're a masculine, you always go after a well manicured woman. You may find that they are completely that type, and the lifestyle that must be lived is incompatible with you. Like, you may be attracted to that, but you're a rough, rugged guy who's like in the middle of the woods, survivor style all the time. That's what you love to do. The type manicured woman would not be compatible with that, right? Because she's like, I gotta, oh, this is so dirty, oh, kind of vibe. But you're attracted to it. They're like, you know what, you've got to go against what you usually would go for, kind of thing. Some of, you know what I mean? Sometimes I always date those kind of girls and it never goes well, that kind of thing. There's a commonality with what you usually go for, is what they're saying. And you need to go opposite of that. So I'm just going to leave that there because I know I just over explained the crap out of that. But however it goes, there you have it. Orange is the color that I'm seeing in this also, and that represents nurturing yourself, and it also represents the sacral chakra. And whenever, I mean, the sacral chakra is located like in the hip area, the lower back, um, the, well, I would say lower back, but it's located in this space, right? And when it's blocked, you have feelings, you may experience these feelings a little bit more than usual: guilt, shame, lack of motivation. um, you feel inadequate, right? You're afraid of change, emotionally, just, it's like unstable. You may experience back pain, reproductive issues, urinary problems, pelvic pain, um, so urinary tract issues, yeah. And yeah, that seems to be it, I think. And so what you would want to do to assist in that is to spend some time near water, preferably dancing. Preferably dancing in the shower, maybe making waves in the tub. I don't know what you could do in the bathtub, but in water, do some movement. If you can go swimming, do some kind of movement, right? And yoga that opens the hips, dancing that opens the hips. Very important. You'll want to eat fresh fruits, okay, nuts, seeds, orange foods, carrots, and cantaloupe, and things of that nature, right? Because taste is really important. That's the sense that the sacral chakra represents. You want to listen to 288 hertz frequency music if you can't do any of these things, or you can do this in conjunction with other things, right? And you can find those on YouTube. Um, Carnelian, these are the stones, right? You could wear these stones, wear them in your pocket. I've seen people like wear them in their undergarments, like like that is, hey, that's close enough, right? Close to the chest. You would want to do, or in the car, on your desk, all kinds of stuff, right? Carnelian, orange calcite, tiger's eye, sunstone. You can even put these in your bath, except for orange calcite. That one is like water soluble. It's not like super water soluble, but if the wear and tear that water puts on that stone, yeah, you might find craters in it later on. You don't want to do that, right? So do those stones. And the oils or the scent would be like sandalwood, neroli, ylang ylang, jasmine, sweet orange, right? You want to do all that stuff. It'll help to balance out the sacral chakra. The animals associated with that, I believe, these may be significant to you, right? So if you were to say, I'm going to get like a figurine out of the stone, you would get like a crocodile, a fish, or like a dolphin. That's sacral chakra animal energy, right? So yeah, I think that's it. Archangel Gabriel is presides over this particular one. So this is an enhancement. Gabriel is like an enhancer, or that's the source of our passion and power too, right? So you'll want to look into that also. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius, an Aquarius, Capricorn. So you could be a Scorpio, Sagittarius cusp, but you also could be dealing with a Capricorn, Aquarius cusp, or a Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.